Number 1. Stephanie walked out of the bathroom and waited for her turn at the drinking fountain. After a few seconds, she glanced up at the hallway clock. Stephanie crossed her arms and began to tap her foot. "Why are you taking so long?" she asked in a huff. "I don't have all day." Which word best describes Stephanie? A. Busy. B. Impatient, cannot wait. C. Lonely. Number 2. Isaiah hopped out of bed in the morning. He dashed down the stairs, quickly devoured his breakfast, and headed outside. Isaiah jumped on the trampoline, rode his bike, and shot a few baskets. Which word best describes Isaiah? A. Energetic. B. Rude. C. Lazy. Number 3. Jenny bounded off the school bus and quickly walked to the door of the school. She glanced up at her principal, who was holding the door open. "Thanks, Mr. Weber," she enthused. With a smile on her face, Jenny hung up her backpack and sat down at her desk. She looked up at her teacher. "Good morning, Mrs. Strasser. How are you today?" Which word best describes Jenny? A. Patient. B. Cautious, careful. C. Friendly. Number 4. "How are you this morning?" Dad asked his oldest daughter at the breakfast table. Abby scowled in response. "Not good," she said through clenched teeth. "What's wrong?" Dad asked. "The twins got into my stuff again," Abby raged. "I opened my diary this morning and they drew all over it. I just bought it and it's ruined." Tears streamed down Abby's face. "I'm so sick of this, Dad. When will they learn to respect my things?" Which word best describes Abby? A. Cranky. B. Shy. C. Loving. Number 5. As they sat down to lunch, Lizzie eyed her brother. "Sam, how many times have I told you to wash your hands before we eat?" Sam rolled his eyes. "About a million." "Well, then why can't you remember?" Lizzie huffed. "Don't forget to use soap, and hang up the towel when you're done." Which word best describes Lizzie? A. Bossy. B. Jealous. C. Caring. Number 6. "Welcome home from school, Micah," Mom said as her son opened the front door. "Do you have any homework?" "Nope." Micah smiled down at his baby brother, who had pulled himself up by Micah's pant leg. "That means I have time to play with you, Squirt. How are you today, buddy?" Micah carefully picked up his brother and sat with him on the couch. "Should we read a book?" Micah asked. Which word best describes Micah? A. Rude. B. Forgiving. C. Kind. Number 7. Mary noticed that her shoelaces were untied. She squatted down and tied them. Then she looked both ways before crossing the street. At the next corner, Mary saw a couple with a cute puppy. "May I pet your dog?" Mary asked them. Which word best describes Mary? A. Sneaky. B. Careful. C. Creative. Number 8. Sandra heard rain pounding on the roof. "This sounds like a really big storm, Mom," she said anxiously. "Oh, it's just a lot of rain, honey," her mom replied. "You're wrong, Mom," Sandra insisted as she looked out the window. "The rain is super loud. Look at the wind in the trees. I think it's a hurricane." "Sweetheart, we've been through this before. We don't get hurricanes in Wisconsin. It's just a loud rain and a light wind." But Sandra didn't look convinced. Which word best describes Sandra? A. Humorous. B. Bashful. C. Nervous. Number 9. "Is that your picture of a girl?" Joey asked Kat. "Yeah," his little sister said enthusiastically. "Well, it's all wrong," Joey criticized. "The head is too big and you forgot a nose." "Joey," his mom reprimanded. "She's 4 years old. Be nice." "I was a much better drawer when I was 4, Joey sneered. "I can't believe you think that's good." Which word best describes Joey? A. Rude. B. Respectful. C. Curious. Number 10. Betty was the first one home from school. Her eyes lit up when she saw a plate of 10 fresh cookies on the kitchen table. Betty glanced around to make sure no one else was coming. This time, she wouldn't have to share the cookies. Betty stuffed all the cookies into a napkin and stuffed them under her shirt. Then she scurried up the stairs to her bedroom. Betty devoured 2 of the cookies and hid the rest in her desk for later. Which word best describes Betty? A. Giving, B. Hardworking, C. Sneaky. Number 10, you are going to read on your own, and there is no multiple choice. You will have to use our sentence starter that we used for the past 2 weeks and tell me what word best describes Sasha. You have to also pick the character trait. Please remember that I put at the top a word bank for your character trait to help you. You could choose a word from here for your character trait. Okay, make sure you're also using the sentence starter that we've been using for the past 2 weeks.